Not all of them, but far more than the studio was comfortable with. In one scene, Patton stands upright in a moving jeep while surveying the battlefield. The ground was rough, uneven, full of rocks and sudden drops. The stunt coordinator warned it was too dangerous. Scott refused. He said Patton would never let another man do his work. And neither would he. The jeep accelerated at full speed. Scott stood tall. No safety harness. No stunt double. No protection. One wrong turn. One sudden jolt. And he would have been thrown from the vehicle. The crew watched in silence. No one breathed. When the scene ended, there was no applause. Only relief. Hours later, the insurance company found out. They threatened to cancel coverage, which would have shut down the entire production. The director personally promised it would never happen again. He signed documents. He gave his word. But everyone on set knew the truth. George C. Scott would do exactly what he wanted. When he wanted. How he wanted. Because he was not playing Patton. He had become Patton. The film was released in 1970. At the worst possible moment. America was divided. Anti-war protests filled the streets. Young people burned draft cards. Trust in leadership had collapsed. And then came Patton. A film about a general who loved war. Critics predicted disaster. They were wrong. The film became a massive success, earning over $60 million and dominating the cultural conversation. What was strange was that everyone embraced it. Pro-war audiences saw Patton as a hero, a man who understood that some battles must be fought. Anti-war audiences saw him as a warning, a brilliant man consumed by violence. The film worked for both sides because it offered no simple answers. It showed that greatness and madness often live inside the same man. George C. Scott and Carl Malden never spoke again after filming. There were no public arguments, no scandals. They simply drifted into different worlds. Scott returned to theater, to smaller controlled projects. Malden remained in Hollywood, building a steady, respected career. When asked about Scott, Malden always praised his talent. Carefully. Scott almost never mentioned Malden. In a film about one of history's greatest military partnerships, the actors ended as strangers. George C. Scott spent the rest of his career trying to escape Patton. He took unusual roles, small films, experimental theater. But audiences did not want that. They wanted Patton. Versions of Patton. Echoes of Patton. Even in completely different roles. Critics compared him to the general. Scott was proud, but trapped. He had created something too complete, too definitive. A role that did not define his career. It consumed it. The Oscar he rejected. The character he could never outrun. In the end, Patton was not just a great performance. It became an identity. The final scene says everything. Patton walks alone, with only his dog beside him. No army. No speeches. No war. Just a man walking away. The dog was not real. The original had died years earlier. The crew trained several dogs, until one could walk at the correct pace. Scott, who was harsh with nearly everyone, showed endless patience with the dog. Between takes he spoke to it, fed it, comforted it. Some crew members joked that he treated the dog better than them. Maybe because in that moment, Scott was no longer Patton. He was just a man walking toward silence. That ending, without glory, without victory, is what Patton never received in real life. And perhaps what he deserved most. Some performances do not just make history, they become it.